was number one at Salesforce across 4 different roles, and I've coached hundreds of reps to add 50 to 100K to their income in less than 12 months. And if your calendar gets hijacked, your selling time is going to disappear. And that's the fastest way to kill your income. Now I'm going to show you the exact daily schedule I'd run in 2026 if my goal was to add another 100K to your income as a sales rep in tech. So we're going to split your day into 7 blocks, and I'm going to show you what to do in each block, what not to do, and the rules that you need to abide by to protect the selling time that actually drives your income. Because the data is clear. Studies say that the average sales rep is only spending less than 3 hours a day actually doing revenue generating activities. So this is going to solve for that. So let's start with the first block, because if you don't win the morning, you spend the whole day being reactive. Look, if you start your day rushed, you're never going to catch up. All you're doing is just reacting and feeling rushed all day long. This section has one outcome. You feel in control before anyone can pull you into their priorities. And here's the structure. So step 1 is the buffer. You have to make sure you have enough time so that you're not instantly behind. So no emails, no Slack, no scrolling, none of that. Then we're going to think about activation. Activate our bodies, get the energy going, get a walk, get a light workout in, get the mobility in. Anything that gets your blood moving actually helps activate your bloodstream so that you can be more productive. Because the goal is energy, not a perfect workout. Just get the blood flowing. Then step 3 is prioritization. I want you to open up your calendar and identify the constraints. Customer calls, internal meetings, deadlines, and you're going to protect selling times first, then let everything else fit around it. Those are the rocks of your day. And then step 4, get clear on your daily outcome. Choose one outcome that makes today a win, whatever your KPIs are. Whether that's a meeting booked, a deal advanced to a real next step, a proposal gets sent out, write it out in one sentence or put it on your board, whatever that is, keep it simple. And when you run this consistently, your day stops feeling like it's happening to you, it's happening for you. You're in the driver's seat, you're directing it. And the next is a short prep block so your first selling window doesn't feel mentally cold. Most reps don't struggle because they don't know what to say. They struggle, especially in the morning, because they start their outreach mentally cold. So this block is very brief on purpose. It's simply a warm up that makes the first selling window hit harder. And here's a little prep checklist for you. Your number 1 is target selection. Keep it small. Choose a list that you can execute, not a list that looks impressive. Keep it concise. Step 2, get clear in your account context. Answer 3 questions in plain English that you're going to be reaching out to. What does this company care about right now? What do I already know from our past interactions? And what's my point of view on why it's worth their time to talk to me? And then step 3, once you do this, get clear on your opening line. Write one opening line that you could say out loud. Now, if it sounds awkward out loud, it's going to land awkward in the real world. So when you do this, your confidence is going to go up. Your tone's going to get better. So you're going to get more responses. That's going to make your life easier. Now let's go into the block that's actually going to help fill your pipeline, which is prospecting. So if you want to add 100K to your income, this is where it starts, because a fat pipeline cures all problems. An extra income is extra pipeline. An extra pipeline comes from protected selling time. So this block on your calendar is protected. No one books over it. Jesus himself can't book over this time. So here's the operating rules. Number 1, calendar protection. No internal meetings, no quick syncs, no random invites, none of that. Have conversations with your leadership and ask them to move one-on-ones later on. Standard 2, this is execution time only. You're not doing research here. You're not doing prep. You're not building lists. You're not rewriting templates. You're not doing any of that. You're working the list you've already prepared. You're executing against the prep that's already done later in the day that I'll get to in a second. And number 3, we're going to have a complete state reset. I want you to stand up. I want you to have some fun. Put your favorite song on. I love upbeat music, right? And smile while you talk, because it's going to change how you sound. And that's going to come through, and it's going to make it more fun for you. Then the 4th part of this is establishing what I call momentum calls. Don't call your A leads first. Start with lower quality leads to build that momentum, because reality is they're not going to convert anyways. So just get those out of the way, and it's going to get your blood flowing and get your brain thinking in that state. So call your low quality leads first, because starting is the hardest part. And by getting that momentum moving on low quality leads, it's going to make the calls into your A leads a lot easier. And then number 5, execute against the multi-channel sequence. Call, then send an email that matches the call, then send a short LinkedIn touch that's specific. Align this. We need to have a multi-channel approach when we're doing our prospecting. And when this block ends, you should have one of 3 outputs. You should have booked meetings, at least some real conversations, and definitely clean data on what message is working because of all the effort you're putting into this. Now, if you hit your goals early, good. Prospect more, you got more momentum. Yeah, because I was able to become number 1 at Salesforce, in 4 different roles, using systems like these to generate predictable revenue every quarter, every year, and also helps me become a CRO by 33 and all that. And we've now shared these systems with hundreds of clients in the Sales Rep Accelerator and helped them consistently add 50, 100K. We've even had clients add 3 to 400K to their income in under 12 months using the system that we've taught them. And we do this because it's all about systems. It's not tactics. It's not luck. It's not random motivational hype, right? All of that. Like, we implement systems and we help reps improve. And if that sounds interesting to you, click the link in the description to book a call with our team. We'll take a look at your pipeline, your skill gaps in your current systems, and we'll map out how to make 2026 your best year yet. And now that you've got some execution out of the way, now you've earned the right to check the messages, because we can't ignore the inbox all day. So this is where we get to administration and what I call pipeline advancement. So email and Slack will eat your entire day if you let them. And the reps who stay available all day usually have the least amount of selling time. So this block, by putting it on your calendar, keeps you responsive to the Slacks, to the emails, to the fires, without letting noise leak into your calendar and take over your day. And we'll run it into two parts. First is administration. Now your objective here is containing communication by sending batch emails and responding to Slack messages or team messages in bulk. Quick replies only. You're going to use the 2-minute method. If it takes more than 2 minutes to respond, schedule it on your calendar for later. This is simply about keeping the lights on and responding to those inbound requests for it. And if you have a bunch of requests in Slack, if it's not tied to revenue, it's going to drop down the list. Then we're going to go into pipeline advancement. Now the objective here is great deal movement. So this is where you're sending recap emails that lock next steps. You're sending out case studies that might address a real objection that you're facing in an email. You're building your mutual action plans and communicating those. Who needs to do what by when. This is when you're doing champion prep, making sure you're aligned on the buying process, the stakeholders and timeline. You're going to do all of this. The filter for you to think about this section is this is about moving your deals. And if it doesn't create movement, it doesn't belong here. And the win that I want you to think about this block is quite simple. You could point to a deal and say, these moved today because I did this. That's what this is about. Now, when that's done, we want to reset our energy so you could stay sharp for customer conversations. So this is where we go into the reset and the customer calls. Your commission isn't just tied to activity. It's tied to how you show up. It's tied to your actual energy in the calls that you have. And if you go into the afternoon drained, your conversion rates are going to drop. That first discovery call isn't going to turn into a second one. The demo is going to fall flat, whatever that is. Now, this block protects your performance, and here's the structure. First is the reset. It's like 30 minutes or so. I want you to take a real break. Get away from your screen. Walk around the block. Get your blood flowing again. Like, this is genuinely detaching yourself so that you can do a mental reset. Whatever that is for you that helps you detach your brain from work for 20, 30 minutes, it's going to make you a lot more effective in the afternoon. So no Slack, no email, no customer calls, none of that. This is genuine break time. Get a bite to eat. Do that here. That's what it's for. Then we go into the customer calls. Now the priority is customer facing first. Discovery calls, demos, negotiations, right? All of that is the priority. Internal meetings, those don't get the highest priority. Those are going to get deprioritized. But if they have to, I want you to focus on the internal meetings that are indirect revenue situations. You're doing research, you're prepping internally on a big meeting tomorrow, collaborating with a counterpart or your leadership on the deal strategy, right? These are things that's for, but those come after your customer facing time. And if people try to schedule something over your customer time or any other time, a great line that you could use is, hey, I'm blocked then for customer work. Can we move this to my dedicated time for admin work? That's going to show them that you're serious about protecting your time. And when you protect this block, your best conversations are going to happen here because you protected it, you're mentally sharp, and it's not squeezed in between back-to-back internal meetings, okay? You're going to stay in the right state. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to clear the noise again without letting it spread across the day. And this time is typically between 3 to 5:30. So most reps follow up to be polite. Top reps follow up to create a decision. So this block right here, this is about closing the loops and helping you turn maybes into yeses or get those maybes into nos. Because yeses are great, nos are good, maybes suck. So we want to clear the maybes out of our pipeline, and that's what this time is for. And we're going to run into two parts. Number one is administration. Administration, clear the deck, quick replies, internal updates, small tasks only. This is where you set a clear time limit, set a timer. When the timer ends, you're done doing the admin stuff. And then we go into the follow-up. Again, create those decisions, reopen those morning threads, call no-shows, hit the almost accounts, follow up on stalled deals. Whatever that is for you, we want to get clarity on what's going on with your deals at this time. Now, some language you can use to help get decisions out of people is, hey, are you still prioritizing this? Or should we close the loop for now? Either way, fine. Or you could say, hey, do you want to move forward this month? Or is this a later quarter thing? The last thing I want to do is become a professional pest. Or what would you need to see in order to make a decision? Look, be direct. Clarity trumps politeness. And we're not being aggressive here. We're just being clear. Then we go into the end of day planning, which is between 5 to 5:30. Now, the whole goal here is to have tomorrow clearly laid out before we end today. So you're going to start tomorrow in motion. So pull tomorrow's prospecting list, skim the notes, write a one-line point of view for what's on your calendar, cue that list up and have that daily review. Hey, what moved today? What stalled? What needs a scheduled next step? And when you end the day like this, you stop waking up to a blank slate. You start with momentum. And that momentum is so crucial because, as I said a few minutes ago, getting going is the hardest part. So this reduces the friction to get rolling first thing in the morning tomorrow. And now that I've rolled into that, I want to give you an optional block that really separates good reps from great reps. And that's what I call skill development time. Now, if you want to add 100K, you need to become 100K better, right? Not in a vague way, but like in a specific paid way. Like you don't just magically make more money. You're better at discovery. You're better at prospecting. You're better at demos. You're better at how you think about, educating your clients, coming with an executive point of view, all of that, right? And this dedicated block where you invest in yourself, this is where you compound your skill sets one day at a time. These are real reps. And here's how I want you to think about this, like one skill per month, whether that's discovery questions, how you handle pricing and procurement objections, writing outbound messages that get replies, running cleaner demos, negotiation, multi-threading deals, executive messaging. All of these things are individual skills that you try to master. Don't try to do them all at once. Don't watch one YouTube video and say, I master this. Put the reps in because you need to build better habits and get those systems in place so that you can actually execute against. And then two, I want to make sure you're practicing this. Practice the talk tracks. Role play with a teammate. If you have a coach, leverage them. Take one objection and build 5 clean responses. Rewrite 5 emails and test them tomorrow. Review 1 call recording and just fix one thing, not all of it, just one little nugget. And that's going to help you improve next time. And then number 3, we need to make sure we're applying our progress immediately because the forgetting curve states that 50% of the information that we take in every day, we forget within 24 hours. So when you practice something, I want you to apply it in the next day's selling blocks because that's going to help you stop beating your head against the wall and you're going to get 1% better every day. And then that skill is going to compound over time. Now, I want to shed some thought on something for you to think about first. Look, the best reps who win in 2026 will not be the busiest reps. They're going to be the reps with the most protected selling time, the cleanest habits, and the strongest skills, and the most discipline to execute against all the above. So start with one change. Lock in the prospecting blocks. Stop letting your day get booked over, and then build from there. And if you want help putting the system into place for you, click the link in the description and check out Sales Rep Accelerator. Also, if you want more videos like this, simple, practical playbooks specifically for tech salespeople, like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.